Oh, that was off the top.
Hungrybox, dude, he's so
Mission
scary when
failed.
it comes down.
We'll get him next time.
Hungrybox has just won Smash Summit 7 after taking a 3-1 set against Leffen in the grand finals. Hungrybox looked dominant throughout this entire tournament, though he wasn't untested. His closest performance actually came across the Marth main Zane in the winners quarterfinals right after pools. It came to an incredibly tense last stock situation that was just incredibly fun to watch, though depressing to see how it ended. Of course, Hbox, as he says himself, turned into the fucking Hulk. Some notable things that we actually saw from Hungrybox this tournament was he was able to adapt to what sort of broke him at the last tournaments. Notably, in terms of dealing with Amsa, he was able to utilize his drill extremely effectively. At one point, he got like 5 drills on Amsa's shield. Amsa was forced to totally forget about his shield because he knew that the shield pressure was just insane to deal with from Hbox, which is something we've never seen from him before. So some highlights from this tournament, regardless of how it ended, was definitely Wizzy versus Leffen. Those two had amazing sets going throughout, and notably their matches in winners, which although you can criticize Leffen for his edge guarding calls, and it definitely showed, I think it also was a fantastic performance from Wizzy. He continues to show us just making the inhuman human. His tech chases were unbelievable for Falcon, and just you wouldn't expect anyone in the world to be able to react to these like he did, especially against someone like Leffen, who is really good at his mix-ups and all that. So one of my favorite personal sets of this tournament, even though it might not have been the best melee in the world, but it was still really fun to watch, was KJH versus Deshizwiz. This was just a classic Fox versus Falco matchup that just oozed of style from both sides. Notably from Deshizwiz, I think it was in game 3, and Deshizwiz just got this nasty combo.
Damn.
The best lasers in the East, man.
Right. Oh, okay.
Scoops.
Okay.
Scoop.
Okay.
Oh,
somebody clicked
Hug
that.
No way.
Oh! That was nasty.
That was
Oh
OP.
that was nasty.
What a combo.
That was
from
nasty. That was actually nasty.
Scoops.
But KJH did show up as well. He was able to get some sick combos even in the game right after that. Unfortunately for Shiz, KJH ended up getting the set 3-2, but I don't think anyone was mad. I think everyone really enjoyed that set. It was a super fun set to watch, and people were really impressed with how Shiz performed this tournament, even though he didn't make it really far. Another highlight for me was definitely Rishi Zane. I was actually there at the Big House when they had arguably one of the best Marth Dittos we've ever seen, and it was just incredible to see these guys perform and almost do it again at the summit. Yeah, it wasn't as good. You know, I think Zane ended up getting the set 3-1, but we still saw some super high level technical Marths in a Marth Ditto and make it extremely entertaining, and Rishi is still able to hold his ground against Zane very well. This is easily, out of the individual player matchups of the year, I like seeing these guys go at it most. Let's talk about some of the disappointments in the tournament. MTK, obviously, where was he? Where'd he go? I don't know this MTK. What are you saying? MTK, obviously, he got 3-0'd a lot. He got 3-0'd by Bananas. He ended up winning his next 2 matches in pools. However, in bracket, he did way worse. He got 3-0'd by Wizrobe. Wasn't even close. I think he ended up getting 4-stocked, which is just absolutely embarrassing for someone at MTK's level. And then MTK ended up getting 3-0'd by Axe after going, I think, Fox. Just a really embarrassing performance for the King here, considering he ended up winning last summit. I understand writing the book and focusing on ultimate is important, but you know, you're getting destroyed here, Jason. You gotta do something. Another disappointment was definitely Plup. Obviously, Plup has had the Summit Curse for a long time. He always does terribly at these events, and we don't know why, whether it's the change of environment or if it's just, you know, something mental for Plup, but he did not do too well here. He lost 3-2 to Mango, and this was even after some shaky plays from Mango, and he ended up getting 3-0'd by Amsa. Definitely not the best showing from Plup. We'll have to see what happens next, but, you know, hopefully he'll be able to reset. So some notable performances this tournament was definitely Bananas. I think he ended up 3-0ing M2K, which, yeah, sure, M2K was doing bad, but he still beat M2K. Notably after that, he ended up going 3-1 against Mango, which is even more insane. Sure, again, both these players have had icy problems, but like these are still incredibly high level players, and it really makes you consider whether or not his big house performance or whether bananas in general is a fluke. Another example for me was definitely Wizzy this tournament. He looked so crisp throughout this tournament, and he's even pushing Falcon way more than we thought possible. He's been landing these tech chases at inhuman levels. The fact that he was able to go toe to toe with Leffen and do really, really well when Leffen, again, is a fantastic player and is able to mix up a lot, like, just shows how far he's developing his tech chasing skill and his Falcon. It's been insane. He ended up 3-2ing Leffen in the upper bracket before losing to him in the lower bracket, but still, what a great showing from Wizzy, and I'm excited to see how he takes his Falcon forward. And probably, I think the most exciting for us was definitely Mango. Yeah, he didn't make it to the grand finals, but notably, what we saw was that he was upset that he lost. This looked like a motivated Mango more than we've ever seen. The bird looked super, super crisp, landing some sick combos, and he ended up switching to Fox against HBox and did super, super well. You know, I don't think anyone can be mad with him about this tournament. He ended up going 3-1 with his Fox against HBox, and still fantastic performance, fantastic sets between him and Leffen. You know, really excited to see what he does. Whether or not he's going to stick with the Fox against HBox, we'll see. It seemed to have done well, and it seems like he's putting in a lot of effort to really practice this matchup. But again, the Puff Fox matchup is what HBox has been practicing for many, many years, and he's the best at it. So listing off my players of the tournament, obviously we have HBox. He solidified his place as the #1 player of the year, winning Big House and Summit back to back. He's been absolutely incredible this year, definitely solidifying his spot as the best player in the world for the 2nd year in a row. We'll see if anyone can really come close to taking that title from him. As far as we know, the closest has been Zayn. But yeah, HBox is definitely the best player in this tournament. That's why he won it. Now, bear with me, Leffen fans. My last pick is Wizrobe. I think Wizrobe played absolutely crisp this tournament, and sure, while he didn't beat Leffen in the lower bracket finals, I definitely think he was one of the players that showed the most inhuman level of skill at his peak. This was the closest we've seen to his Optic Arena peak this year, and it took him really far in the tournament. Hopefully, we'll be able to see more of him in the future, and hopefully the more tournaments he plays, the closer and closer he'll get to that Optic Arena status. Alright guys, that's all for me. Summit 7 was fantastic. The tournament was great. The skits were awesome. I'm a huge fan now of Douglas J. Falcon, and I want to see more of Mango time traveling.
Yeah.
That'll be all from me. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.